Hey, Martha. You did get my wedding invitation, right? No need you to respond, but I know you're coming. I already reserved you a seat anyway. Seriously? How could I not invite my childhood friend to my wedding? You're coming like it or not. I didn't even realize who was this for a second. Is this really you, Maya? Yeah, I got the invitation. I'm not attending, so scratch me off the list. You gotta be kidding me. This is the most important event of the century. Sorry, but I have something else on that day. I just can't get out of it. What? No way! You have to! No, I demand that you attend. You seem to have made up your mind that you want nothing to do with me, but I'm not having it. You're attending one way or another. If you don't attend for one reason or another, well, you know what I'm gonna do. I'll tell everyone that you're still fuming from when I took your boyfriend from the way back in high school, and that you're still a childish, pity-minded juvenile. Wait, could you back up? What are you talking about taking my boyfriend? Are you seriously asking me that? Didn't you see the name on the wedding invitation? Yeah, I saw it. First time seeing that name, didn't ring any bells. Where'd you meet this guy? Whoa, stop right here. Are you for real? Yeah, for real. Why so surprised? Oh, wait a second, I get it. You're pretending like you don't know the guy, and somehow use that reason to get out of attending. Is that it? Please, Maya, I don't have time for this. Have you taken any leave of your senses? What are you saying? I'm deranged? You're the one who's not making any senses, Martha. Why are you trying so hard to erase the fact that I took care of a guy in high school? I don't see why you don't just accept the fact. It was a long time ago, for God's sake. That's why I call taking leave of your senses, if you ask me. Sorry, Maya. It's no use talking to you. Anyway, like I said, I'm busy on that day. I can't attend. End of the story. I can't reschedule. I just can't. What could be more important than your childhood friend's wedding? At least tell me that. Important enough that I turned down the invitation. Is that so hard to accept? Come on, be a pal. For old time's sake. I better get going. See ya. I'm not giving up, Martha. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna have your place ready for you no matter what. I knew you were going to come. I just knew it. I had no doubt in my mind that you would show up. I can read you like a book, Martha. When you get all beady-eyed about something, you won't give up until your curiosity is satisfied. In other words, you were so eager to find out about your ex-boyfriend that you had to attend or you couldn't bear it. Am I right, aren't I? I was positive you would show up, no matter how hard-nosed you were about not attending. Maya, you again? What is it this time? Just thought you may be sweating bullets right now. Don't you see your name in the register at the entrance, right? Well, Martha, have news for you. What a total clown show! To see you coming snooping around just to see your ex-beau from high school. Who's going to be my everlasting partner in like 10 minutes? Just leave the wedding gift at the reception desk. So sorry, no seat for you. I know I said I would have one ready no matter what, but surprise, I lied. Oh yeah, about that. So how much did you bring as a wedding gift? Of course, it doesn't even mean I'll prepare a seat for you. No need to worry about that. Why should the bride bring a wedding gift? Pardon me? My ex-beau, as you put it, you must mean my ex-boyfriend from high school. We had our ups and downs through the years, of course, but we somehow worked things out. We even started living together 2 years ago, and we finally made it to this day, our wedding day. Pardon me? Martha, you're being incoherent. You do realize that, right? I'm seriously starting to worry about your mental state, Martha. You say you were living with him for 2 years? That's nuts, because I was the one living with him the past few years. And what's this about you being the bride? I'm sorry. I really should have figured it out. You saw me at the wedding hall, but still failed to make head or tail of the situation. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Get to the point, would you? I just figure out my name is really not that common. Our family names were on the wedding list at the entrance to the wedding hall. What? Wedding list? You do know that there are other weddings taking place here today. After all, that's what a wedding hall is. Or did you think you guys were the only people having a wedding here? Anyway, there's the board out front that shows all the weddings taking place today. I saw yours there, by the way. I only noticed mine out there, to be honest. Didn't even glance at it, huh? Figures? Come to think of it, the wedding planner did mention that there would be another wedding on the second floor. The second floor chapel is supposed to be twice as big and much more extravagant than the one on the first floor, which is pretty tiny in comparison. That's the one. Finally, worked it out. That's our wedding, the one on the second floor. Pardon me? Actually, I was shocked to learn that we were having our weddings at the very same wedding hall. Who would have thought? What a twist of fate, huh? But we sure were lucky that our invitations didn't screw up. Huh? Considering we've known each other for so long, our invitations were mostly business-related. So maybe that's why I guess this answers your questions on why I couldn't attend your wedding. With that said, let's focus on the proceeding of our own respective weddings, why don't we? What do you say? Talk to you again. Wait, are you nuts? What is this? What's this all about? I'll tell you this right now, Martha. My husband-to-be is not going to be yours. He's not going upstairs to marry you. You're out of your damn mind. You're his ex-flame. He's mine now. Can't you get it through that little head of yours, Martha? He loves me, not you. You must be totally delusional to go out and reserve a wedding hall and invite all those guests. And to reserve that huge chapel upstairs. You're a total disgrace. He's not dropping me and going upstairs to marry you. You're going to be standing at the altar all alone, twiddling your thumbs. Give it up, Martha. I win. Martha, pick up right this minute. What the hell is going on here? The groom didn't show up to my wedding. Did you even notice your now husband is a completely different person? What's about that? Oh, so the wedding planner explained everything to you in detail, I see. I asked the wedding staff to make sure you didn't barge into my wedding by mistake. Sure glad I went to the trouble. I didn't want to mention that I was having the wedding on the same day. I didn't plan it that, by the way. Didn't want taking it the wrong way and causing you to react negatively. As you tend to do. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. About this ex-boyfriend that you supposedly stole from me. That story just didn't mesh with mine, so I asked a friend of mine who went to high school hoping she would enlighten me. That guy you were supposed to marry, wasn't his name Dwayne Peterson? That's right, so what? My husband's name is Daniel, Dan Peters. The names kinda sound alike, so I figured out maybe there was some sort of misunderstanding, name-wise. Huh? You still have me at a lose, Martha. What is this, some kind of joke? All right. Let me explain. As you know, I went to East Memorial High School. Yeah, obviously, and that's where I took your boyfriend, Dwayne Peterson. I say it now, but the reason why I took him from you is because I couldn't stand it with you to get a guy before me. That's why. Dwayne was attending the daytime classes, right? I was only a part-time student. I was attending the evening classes, so actually I never met Dwayne Peterson. Not even sure what he looks like, to be honest. What are you talking about, part-time student? We were pretty good friends up until junior high, but once we got into high school, we weren't that close anymore. Maybe that's why you didn't know my situation. Right before high school, my dad passed away, and I had to move in with my grandparents the next town over. It was hard times back then with my father gone. I had to take on a part-time job to help my mom out. That's why I was forced to attend the evening classes on a part-time basis. That's where I met Dan, this guy I married today. Are you serious? This seems so far-fetched. Wait a minute. That name Dan Peters kinda sound familiar. Could it be Tri-Same guy that was on the news a few months back? Something about rescuing his dad's company, which was on the verge of bankruptcy. By restructuring the whole company and introducing unique ideas, that guy? Oh yeah, that was when The Piece aired on the popular variety program a few months back. That's not fair! Excuse me? This kinda means that if I hadn't mistaken your boyfriend, if I hadn't stole Dad instead of Dwayne, then I would have been standing at the altar upstairs instead of you. Why is that you get all the breaks? Why do you get to marry someone super successful guy? Why? It's just not fair. There you go again, totally not making a bit of sense. The only reason you made this mistake is because you didn't properly verify anything. Maybe you should have put more thought into it before you went ahead. This is not my fault. I mean, think about it, Maya. You spent the last 10 years thinking that you stole my boyfriend from me. You never doubted it for 1 second? You dug your own grave, Maya. No one is to blame but yourself. Don't shift the blame to me, like I said. I have nothing to do with your delusions. But it's just unfair. It's not right. Listen, Maya. There's something really important that you're completely forgetting. What are you talking about? Did you say that your wedding was cancelled because Dwayne didn't show up? Did you ever get hold of Dwayne? He's... Before you start bombarding me with messages online, it seems you have a lot other stuff to worry about. I've got plenty of worries, thank you. What are you talking about anyway? Don't you need to talk to the guy about the consequences of not showing up? Could you mean you're eligible for damages or who's gonna pay for the wedding? I mean, it isn't cheap, I should know. Yeah, you're right. What am I gonna do? I just gotta find that jerk. Martha, if you're there, pick up. Lend me $50,000, I beg you. Stop right there, Maya. Calm down for a second. Say again. I need $50,000. I have to pay for half of the wedding. That's why you need $50,000? Not that I'm bragging or anything, but I heard that your wedding was on a smaller scale than mine. Why would you need $50,000 if you're splitting the cost? No, it's not just the wedding. That also includes the amount I have to my boss's wife. Huh? Why do you have to pay that? It has nothing to do with your wedding. Hold on a second. Don't tell me you're having an affair with a boss's wife. I didn't figure out she would, Oh my god. Impeccable timing, Maya. Right when you scheduled your wedding, she finds out about the affair, and now this... It wasn't supposed to be this way. Incidentally, did you find out what happened to Dwayne, and why didn't he show up to the wedding? I finally got a hold of him. Apparently, he was also cheating on me. He came to the conclusion that he loved the other woman more, and decided to marry her instead. Can you believe it? Good gracious! Sounds like something with a soap opera. And it turns out that because we were both cheating on each other, neither of us could sue for damages. As for the wedding cost, we had to split that. In addition that I have to pay damages to my boss's wife. I see. So that's why your debt ballooned to $50,000, is that it? Yeah, so you'll do it, right? That $50,000, your husband's successful guy, the president of a company. What's a measly $50,000, right? Good grief, Maya. You have to be kidding me. Huh? Why not? That's like chump change to you. I'm not the CEO of the company. My husband is. I can't just use the funds whenever I want. Then why wouldn't you just ask him? He'll do anything you say. I think no. No matter how many times you ask, not in a million years. But I have no one else to turn to. My folks slammed the door on me and I already broke up with my boss. Come on, Martha, for old time's sake, we were best friends at one time, weren't we? So please. There's one thing you got right. We were friends. That's past tense. After junior high, I stopped considering you a friend. Please, Martha, don't say that. I think I'm officially getting dizzy. Gotta go. See ya. Childhood relationships can last forever, but only if circumstances remain cordial. Just because we live down the street from each other doesn't mean we're friends for life. She always dragged me into her selfish antics until I just got totally fed up and wanted nothing to do with her. I later heard from one of Maya's friends. Seems she's really in dire circumstances. For starters, she got kicked out of the apartment that she was sharing with Dwayne after she said her parents want nothing to do with her, so going home wasn't an option. The only option was to get a small one-room apartment over one market street for something like $200 a month. As for her job, she invited a bunch of people from the office, and considering what went down at the wedding, she wasn't exactly welcomed back by her co-workers. I heard she eventually resigned and is now working various part-time jobs. According to a friend, she's living a theater bar life, just barely trying to make ends meet.
Hey sis, I need to tell you something. What is it? Well, Connor just got brought into the hospital. He did? Are you sure? Why is he at the hospital? He went on a work trip this morning. Did he get into a car accident on his way there or something? You could say that. What do you mean? Is he okay? What happened? So, he got rushed in with another woman and they both arrived naked. What do you mean, naked? With another woman? I don't understand. They were unconscious when they got here, but they're fully awake now. Tell me exactly what happened. I can't be too sure, but I'm pretty sure he was having an affair. They said that he was getting it on with the other woman in his car somewhere. They got ambushed by the woman's husband who was following them. The enraged husband apparently rammed his car into the car they were in. That's the story so far. So, they got into a car accident while they were trying to get it on? That scumbag! How could he be so disgusting? He has shame, acting like some animal on heat? I know, it's so messed up. And that's the thing with working at an ER. We see all kinds of messed up things, every nasty, screwed up second of it. Anyways, are you okay? I can't believe he'd do something like that. I thought everything was fine with you guys. What nasty things has he been hiding from you? I can't imagine what you must be going through right now. There really is no such thing as a perfect marriage. I should have known when he told me he was going on a work trip. That lying piece of trash! He was probably out there spending that time with that woman. Yeah, I hate to say it, sis. But I knew he would be trouble. He was a little too charming and good-looking for his own good. You were pretty head over heels about him, though. I don't think his looks have anything to do with him acting like such an idiot. I think he might just be born a cheating, lying womanizer. You really can't trust anyone anymore. There really isn't a good man left in this world. Now I need to figure out how I'm going to make him pay for this. Wow, look at you, and here I thought you'd be sobbing and running to him. Well, he made me this way. One nameless woman after another, I've frankly gotten used to his cheating ways. I'm not even all that surprised by this. So, what are you gonna do now? I need some time to think. Alright, sis. You look after yourself. Let me know if there's anything I can do. Alright, thanks for telling me all of this. Don't worry, I'll handle it.
Woman, what's wrong with you? Your husband is at the ER. How dare you not come and check up on me?
Why would I check up on you? I have no interest in seeing you or your mistress naked.
No, did your sister blab about everything? Her and her big mouth. You're just like her, always nagging and talking behind people's backs.
The audacity! You're the one who was trying to get it on with your mistress in the car, having to be rushed into ER naked? You should have some shame. Don't you have anything to say to me?
Say what? Your blabbermouth sister already told you everything. If you're looking for an apology, forget it. Yeah, I had an affair, so what? It's just a fling. It doesn't mean anything. I just met up with that woman because she was around the area. It was her crazy husband that made everything a big mess, slamming into the car like a maniac. He made a fool out of himself and embarrassed everyone in the process. I swear, I'll sue him. I'll make him pay for what he did.
You were having an affair with his wife, and you want to sue him? You want to make him pay? You're the one who should be paying for what you've done. How on earth are you so self-absorbed? You would be lucky he doesn't come at you with everything he's got.
And like I was telling you, it was just a one-time thing. I don't even ever want to see her again. It's just life. I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, it's really her husband's fault for not being able to satisfy her in the first place. If he was such a great guy, why would she even have an affair with me? He completely blew things out of proportion. I can't believe he made me come to the ER naked. What a drama queen. I'm the real victim here. He should really watch out for what he's got coming for him.
You sound like a totally self-centered psycho. You're completely insane.
That reminds me, I think the accident messed up that woman pretty bad. She's been talking gibberish. I think the concussion might have done something to her head. Oh well, more reason to never see her again. Let's just forget about everything that happened today, okay? Let's just go back to how things were.
Your narcissism is mind-blowing. You should know that you're not in such a good shape yourself. You're on a total bed rest and you call your mistress useless? Did you ever think about anyone else besides yourself?
My injury is temporary. I'll bounce back in no time. It might take a minute for me to get back to my old self, but all this is temporary nevertheless. With a little rehabilitation therapy, I'm all good, baby. You can thank my naturally athletic body for that.
What? You think you'll be fine after a little rehabilitation?
Yeah, that's what the doctor told me. He also told me to stay positive. I think that's to help me recover faster or whatever.
Wow, such a great doctor. Telling a lying cheater to stay positive. Well, I get it though. Because saying you're completely paralyzed from the waist down and will never be able to stand or walk would be something that might be a little too real to tell his narcissistic patient. You need to come to terms with what's going on.
What are you talking about? Have you lost your mind? I know you're kinda mad, but you shouldn't make stuff up like that. That's mean.
I'm not making anything up, it's facts. Your doctor told me himself.
No way. He hasn't said anything like that to me.
The hospital called. They wanted to talk to his wife, so I went and had a little chat with your doctor.
You were at the hospital? And you didn't come to see how I was?
I didn't have it in me to face my husband who got injured while doing the dirty with his mistress. Is that so hard to believe?
What? Wait, so I'm really paralyzed from the waist down? I can't walk anymore? I thought this was just temporary. If you're joking, this isn't funny. Stop this nonsense right now. You're just angry at stuff, so you're lying to make me feel bad.
I don't need you to believe me, but tell me this. Can you move your legs right now? I didn't think so. You should at least have some idea. You're super in touch with your own body after all.
Nah, this is all just temporary.
All right, whatever helps you sleep at night. Because you'll do anything to make yourself feel better, right? Nothing bad can happen to you because you're just so important.
It's like you don't even like me anymore. I'm your husband. Think of the last 10 years we shared. Why aren't you acting like yourself? You need to stop lying and pretending that you don't care about me. I know you're just devastated right now. Your husband is paralyzed from the waist down. Be the good wife you've always been and get me some help.
Yeah, no. I really have no sympathy for you. I stopped being your loving wife a long time ago. There is no way anyone could care for a man who only ever cares about himself, always out there looking for the next broad that would give him the time of day. I am numb from all that you've put me through. I've had enough.
Who are you? Am I even talking to my wife right now? Since when have you become so ruthless? A real woman should care for her man. You're mine and I need you.
I am only a real woman to a loving and faithful man. You are neither of those things. Don't you dare claim me as your woman. I know all your antics. It's not gonna work.
I can't believe this. That's cold. I'm on bed rest, unable to move a muscle. I know you're angry about the stuff that's happened, but do you really have to be that evil? Do you know what my life is gonna be like now? Living as a paraplegic? As a disabled person? I'll never be able to stand up or even walk by myself. How on earth am I supposed to live like this?
You're disabled, not dead. I'm sure you'll be fine. You still seem to have that big mouth of yours.
I didn't mean it like that. Come on. How am I supposed to do anything now? This is just so humiliating. Everyone is gonna give me weird looks. I can't live like that.
Why not? I don't see this as being all that bad.
What?
Remember all the times you cheated on me? Whenever you got caught, you had the excuse of saying that it's just how it is, that you couldn't help it because that's just what men do. Telling me over and over that what's in your pants had a mind of its own, and somehow you sleeping with all those women wasn't your fault. Consider it problem solved. That thing of yours won't be giving you any more troubles now. No more flings, no more marriages for you to ruin. I see that as a win for humanity.
Stop making stupid jokes. Now's really not the time. Are you really the woman that I've spent the last 10 years with? I just found out that I'll be paralyzed for the rest of my life, and you're saying that this is a win? Do you know how much I just want to end it all right now? How miserable I am?
Tell it to someone that cares. It's karma, sweetheart. You reap what you sow. All of your actions leading up to now finally caught up with you. I don't see why I should care about your feelings at all. You certainly didn't care. Not about me or our children, only yourself and whoever your next conquest was. Have you ever even thought about the suffering you caused? How many times I considered just ending everything?
That's not what I intended. I feel like you're just being petty. You should get over it. I know I did. The past is the past. My concern right now is that I'm freaking paralyzed. I don't care about karma or whatever you want to believe in. I don't care. I didn't ask for this. You better come to your senses quick. I need my wife right now.
No. I don't think I have it in me to look after you for the rest of my life. Sorry. I know better than to devote my life to a man who just isn't capable of thinking about anyone else but himself. So what are you going to do now? I doubt that you'll be going back to your job in that state that you're in. How are you even going to make a living, let alone even do basic things? Or are you more worried about the situation in your pants?
What do you mean by that?
I'm talking about your diapers, sweetheart. You'll now be wearing one for the rest of your life, and I doubt that you'll be able to change it yourself. I wonder whose job that's going to be. I mean, you could probably ask your parents. I wonder what they'll think about that. Or maybe you should call one of your girlfriends. See who might be up for the job. I know that it might be a little humiliating at first, but who knows? Someone out there might love you enough to volunteer. Time's ticking. You better get started on making those calls. There's a real woman that you always wanted out there. I believe in you.
Stop, please. I get it. You're upset with me right now. But please, I feel like I've suffered enough. I paid the price for all of the stupid things I did to you. Can't you see? Do you really have to be so cruel to me right now?
I suffered for over 10 years. The betrayal, neglect, the heartbreak, and you want me to have pity? If it weren't for the kids, I would have left you a long time ago. Our twins needed their father, no matter how pathetic he is. That was the only thing that kept me going, through all the years of pain. As much as I was dying inside, I did it for them.
Yes, just think about our kids, our little 4-year-old twins. They need me. They need their father in their lives. They would have no one to look up to if I was gone. Who will be there for them for their parent-teacher meetings, the plays, or whatever they do nowadays? I'm so glad that you finally came to your senses, honey. Let's do this together, like we always used to.
Our sons are 5 years old, not 4. You would know if you knew when their birthday was, which you clearly don't, because you'd never bother to show up at anything. And what, did you really say whatever they do nowadays? Do you even listen to yourself talk? You have never been there for our twins, always with the promises, yet never keeping a single one. Don't you dare pretend that you've been anything close to a father to our sons. When was the last time you even had a meal with them? Admit it, they've never been a priority to you. You were always out doing whatever felt good to you. I really should have left you a long time ago. Can't believe that I let this happen. To me, to our sons. You're a terrible husband and father. I want a divorce.
Absolutely not. Look, I'll do whatever you want me to do, please. I can't live without you. I won't divorce you.
I have all the means to file for a divorce, and it'll not be favorable for you. All your nasty text messages? The photos?
What?
You really thought you were being let off the hook all these years? I know you left an entire history of your dirty deeds on your phone, all your disgusting affairs with so many women. I have more than enough information to take you to court and get everything that I want from you. The years I've spent having to go through all of that, you have no idea the strength it took for me to even exist in the same space as you. Just like a fool, I'd hoped that one day you'd realize what horrible mistake you were making, that maybe I'd be able to forgive you. For the sake of our kids, somehow we might be able to make it work. But as they say, a leopard doesn't change its spots, and I was prepared for the worst. I really did wish that things could have worked out at some point, but I guess none of that matters now.
What are you saying? You're such a despicable woman. How could you say something like that? Here I am, learning that I'll be a paraplegic for the rest of my life, and you were doing what? Going through the dirt you have on me? I can't believe you'd plan something like that. You are pure evil.
Yep, sorry. It is what it is, right, honey?
You're sick.
I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this. Knowing that all those years of pain you caused have eventually come back to bite you.
I don't believe this. You are out of your mind. This is not happening to me. You were preparing for this all this time?
Yep, consider this your punishment. I'm going through with the divorce whether you like it or not. You have no say in my decision. Save your whining for the court. Oh, and by the way, you better be prepared to pay for everything.
Why are you doing this? Do you not have an ounce of sympathy? I'm paraplegic. I won't be able to work or live alone. How am I going to feed myself or get a job? Please, you're being unreasonable right now. Don't you at least feel a little sorry for me?
Nope, not sorry at all. Like I said, it's karma. You reap what you sow. Oh, and speaking about money, I know you can pay for everything. You've been at the same company for the last 15 years. You can use the half of your severance to pay for whatever I'm asking, and the other half as alimony and child support.
But how will I live?
In case you didn't know, I have kids to feed and don't have time to think about you. Not that you'd know this. It's what a responsible parent does, putting their children first. I'm packing your stuff and sending it to your parents. As soon as you get discharged from the hospital, I'll be serving you the divorce papers, so you better get well soon, sweetheart. Once that's done, I never want to see you again. Whether you live out on the streets or move back in with your parents, I don't care. Just get out of my life. That's everything I wanted to say. This conversation is over. Don't contact me unless it's about the divorce. After that, I received the alimony and some portion of the child support from my ex-husband. Since he couldn't go back to his old job or get a new one, his parents agreed to pay the child support on his behalf. His parents also gave me a sincere apology. They were incredibly embarrassed and ashamed about how things unfolded, and promised me that they'll do everything they can to help me give our twins the best life possible. Although it might be foolish for me to say this, but I really do hope my ex-husband learns from all of this. That one day he'll realize how much pain and suffering he's caused others, to be able to feel remorse for his actions. Then maybe he'll finally start being a father to our sons,